Tuesday, September 16th edition of the Carolina Weather Video. I'm meteorologist Matthew East here with you. Our numbers yesterday were, again, our temperatures held in check as the wedge held relatively firm yesterday, 70s for most highs across the region, and clouds pretty persistent throughout the day. Now today is going to be a little bit warmer as a cold front's moving in, a little bit of a westerly wind helping to mix out some of those clouds, and there'll also be the chance of some showers and thunderstorms with that cold front. More on that in just a second. Take a peek at temperatures during the 5 o'clock hour this morning, upper 60s and lower 70s. Most of us a little bit warmer than where we were at this point yesterday morning. Dew points elevated a bit just ahead of this incoming front. We had a little bit of rain overnight. I'll show you that in greater detail in just a second. But there's your front knocking on our door now. And as that front progresses into the region, the result will be at least some shower and thunderstorm activity later today. Now, again, the radar a little jumpy this morning for some reason. But this was the little shot of some mainly light rain that moved through during the overnight hours, especially south of I-40. Some wet pavement out there in some spots early this morning. But the rain was not overly heavy. Now, at the time I'm cutting this video, a few showers there in the North Carolina coast. They're south of the Outer Banks there and a little bit north of the Wilmington area beaches. And then there's some decaying showers there through parts of South Carolina. There were some earlier thunderstorms over Georgia and western South Carolina. And these showers in Kentucky and West Virginia, that is with the cold front. That's beginning to knock on our door. Now, as that front drops on in, the result will be the opportunity of a few showers or thunderstorms this afternoon. This is what it looks like on the high-resolution modeling. And watch late this afternoon and this evening. There you go, that opportunity for some showers and storms as that front drops into the region. Highs today, a little bit warmer, low and mid-80s in many spots across the region, but it is a very brief warm-up. It's over by tomorrow. That cold front off to our south, some northeasterly winds in place. I think a lot of clouds and probably a little bit of rain at times as our Wednesday unfolds and your highs held down accordingly. 70s across most of North Carolina, some 60s in the mountains, and I think even a few foothill spots could see some 60s for highs tomorrow. And then on Thursday, a pretty potent area of high pressure builds through the Great Lakes region. That's going to give a lot of relatively cool air to the eastern parts of the United States. For us, that's going to mean a lot of 70s for highs through the rest of the work week and probably into the weekend too. And a lot of us probably dipping down into the 50s for low temperatures at times as well. There's a peek at your Thursday highs, again in the 70s across most of North Carolina. Now some tropical influences coming in the pattern over the eastern part of the country. Let me show you what I mean by that. Let's start with Odile. This is a tropical storm now as I'm cutting this video, lifting up the Baja Peninsula. Still think this winds up producing a decent amount of rain here through parts of the desert south. Oop, that's not the right symbol. Let's get that off of there. Through parts of the desert southwest here in coming days as that lifts further to the north and east. Now the vorticity, some of the upper level energy associated with what was once Odile here as this lifts into the lower 48. There it is early this morning on the European model. Watch what happens here as we go out to the weekend. The vorticity of Odile here moving through the plain states. This is early Saturday morning. And from there, it combines with the incoming trough into the eastern parts of the United States. And so that actually feeds a little bit more energy here into this eastern United States trough by Monday and Tuesday of next week. And that might sharpen the trough up just a bit. And looks like a pretty decent autumn air mass headed our way by the middle parts of next week. Now, otherwise in the tropics, Edouard looking pretty healthy this morning as it's beginning to pass east of Bermuda. The eye feature very evident on the satellite imagery, fairly symmetrical system as well. Some pretty good convection wrapped around that center as of early this morning. On the cusp of becoming a major hurricane, still listed as a Category 2 with the 5 a.m. advisory, wind at 110 miles per hour. Continuing to make that right-hand turn, and you can note the official National Hurricane Center forecast does indeed bring Edouard to a Category 3 hurricane as it continues to pass east of Bermuda and then moves through the North Atlantic, gradually losing its tropical characteristics over those cooler North Atlantic waters. And then finally, close to home, not much of concern at all. Some disorganized thunderstorms in parts of the Gulf of Mexico. Same story here with a wave that's causing some thunderstorms down in the Bay of Campeche, but at the moment nothing showing any tropical developmental signs. All right, that is it for today's edition of the video. Everybody have a wonderful day, and God bless.